going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Lemonade Podcast. I'm your host, Frank. Here at the Lemonade Podcast, we go by the saying, when life gives you lemons, we make lemonade, and we pour it onto the world. With that, we hope to encourage, inspire, and empower not only those of you tuning in, but our guests themselves. And today's guest is Carlo. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Chilling.
Awesome. Yeah, man.
I'm staying cool because it's hot out there right now.
Yeah, man. That's the summer here in SoCal. It's not as bad as Escondido right now.
Yeah. And a little bit of ocean breeze coming through.
Right. I'm gonna segue into the Escondido part because it plays a part in all this and in what you do. So real quick, with the summer being here, and by the time this comes out, I think it'll be fall. However, This is why we started this. We have the lemonade. Like I said, you're welcome to sip it throughout the episode. I always aspire at the end. We're just toast, and that's when we drink, but it is what it is. So, when we started the Lemonade Podcast, it was about, at least for me, I was like, yo, let me start it off the first day of summer. It was June 21st, 2022. And because what a better way to start summer than with lemonade. So, at any point in time, feel free to sip your lemonade. Enjoy it. And if you are at home, listening or just watching, I don't know, get your own lemonade and sip on that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to finish this thing.
No, it's cool. Let me know if you need more. We're here for it. But I'm happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming through, showing up. Just real quick so that people know your IG. I'm going to throw it out right now.
Sure.
So what is it? What's your handle?
It's easy. It's my name. So it's Carlo G. Miranda. And
there you go. As it sounds. And we'll put it in the show notes, and Matt will make sure to throw it out there. That's what he does. He's great at it. Are you on any other social media besides?
I mean, that's
IG?
like the main one.
Yes.
I do have a Facebook, like all the
Gotcha.
main ones, Facebook, TikTok.
Do you do your TikTok dances? I always have to ask.
Yeah, I plug those in.
Yeah, everybody's killing.
I don't do those dances.
Damn.
You don't want to see me dance, man. So.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, great. Either way, anything you do have, we'll put it out. Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff. So people see you dance or not.
Yeah.
But we'll put it out in the show notes. So if you're wondering, listening, watching, whatever, just go through the show notes real quick on whatever streaming service you have, and you'll find it there, as well as ours. And you can find us on TikTok, IG, Twitter, all those. So anyhow, I really want to quick just touch up on the reason why I reached out to you.
Sure.
One, you're an artist, San Diego based.
I mean, yeah,
Ish.
for now.
I know, because I know you say you're not from San Diego.
Yeah, I was a military kid, so we moved around every 3 years.
Okay. Yeah.
So my dad retired out here, and North County, Fallbrook. I went to high school out there. Then,
Okay.
Shout out to the Fallbrook Art Association.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Senior year, they gave me, I won a grant for like a little scholarship. So I got a little bit of cash.
Dope.
There.
Yeah, that's dope. Do you remember what you did?
I think what they did was Mr. Richardson, my art teacher in high school, he just, he had them come in. They looked at all the art because I was an APR at the time. I also TA'd for him too.
Okay.
And yeah, so they just looked at, and there's actually 2 winners. There's typically one, but there's 2 winners.
They were that great.
Tani Gam won too.
There you go. Is he still doing this?
Yeah.
She's still doing her thing? Well, there you go. Shout out to
Tani.
If she's watching.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
So with that, were you always into the arts, or is that something you grew into as the later years, maybe high school?
No, I've been pretty much an artist since I was like 5 years old. So
okay.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time.
Was there something that like caught your eye? You're like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Well, it's a funny story. So I had this neighbor that, like, she was also my classmate. She was at the same age as me, and she would draw like little stars. Those little, like, it's just like that one continuous line. Mm-hmm. And I asked her, like, how do you do that? Like, I want to be able to do that. It looks cool. And so she said, after school I'll teach you. And so she had me go through it, and she's like, what are you doing? And I was holding a pencil with my right hand, and she's like, no, she's left-handed. She's like, no, hold it with this hand. And so I was like, okay. And so then I started practicing the stars with my left hand, and then I just became left-handed from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you do both?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll cause like there's certain angles that I can't hit my left hand, so I'll switch my right, and I'll do it.
That's helpful. Yeah. So she converted you to a lefty.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, shout out to all the lefties.
Yeah.
I'm right-handed. I can barely function with that one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, good stuff. So now moving forward, you got the scholarship, right? Through it. You went and you continue to do what you do. The reason, how I found you was through IG because of Germs. Shout out to Germs.
Shout out to Germs.
If you need a haircut, go see him. There you go.
Fresh cut right here a couple days ago.
All right, there you go. I still got to come see you, bro. I haven't forgotten about you. Don't trip. All right. Anyways.
Tip your barbers.
Yeah, tip them. No, but... Germs was and I told him when we had him on that he was a big part of the podcast, the process, even the Lemonade movement, because I shared with him, that barbershop talk, and we were it was dope because we vibed, we connected well, and we just shared, talked about life, and then all of a sudden one day it was like, oh hey, I have this idea, and he was like, all right, cool, and it just continued to develop, and he was part of that. Every time we'd go, I talk about it more and more, so I feel like he saw it until now, where he's seen to fruition. He's been on it. Yeah. It's been dope. And then one day, I'm going through, the IG stories, and his pops up privately, and I go to it, and I see one of your posts, and I say, hey, is this your boy? And he's like, yeah, all right, cool, because we're rolling through, about to jump up. No, I'm kidding. No, this your boy. Nah, but I was like, I like what he does. So I clicked on your stuff, and I dug it. It was dope, Later on, as we talked about with the story with OG Slick, and what happened at, I'm sorry, what was the name of the place?
It was California Center of Arts.
Okay, the California Center of Arts in Escondido, California. Once again, it was a whole controversy behind his installation, and it sucked because it was like, yo, now we're being, as far as artists go, it's being censored,
Yeah.
But that's a whole other topic, and we can get into that.
Sure.
However, and you were part of that moment in a sense. You were there for it. Did you get to meet him by chance?
I think I walked is hard because you see the artist's art, but you don't know how they look exactly, and so I'm sure I walked by a lot of artists that I didn't know.
You're like, oh, he works here. Nah.
Where's the bathroom?
Yeah. He's like, motherfucker, I don't work here. Do you know who I am? No, I don't. Sorry. No, but I'm sure he's a dope dude. And shout out to OG Slick. And keep doing things, keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
For your art. But yeah, I saw your post that it was at the same spot, and I was like, oh, that's dope. I like what you did. So like I said, I reached out to Germs. Was like, yo, is this your boy? He's like, yeah. So then I was like, do you think he'd want to be on? Because here at the Lemonade Podcast, we go. I try to have people on, artists, creatives, entrepreneurs, all types of people that are just starting out their journey. I'm not saying that you're just starting out, you know what I mean? But we want to be able to get you while you're still raw. That raw talent and stuff, and growing.
Before I go Hollywood.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh dang, you know what I mean? He's big
cool
time
for me now.
Exactly. So let's get him now and say, hey, remember us? And then maybe we'll be up there with you. No, but man, it was dope to be able to connect with you on that level. I love what you said. You're like, yo, the podcast is dope. It's artists talking to artists, and I never really thought about it till you said that. I was like, oh snap, yeah, it was dope. Yeah, and we get to have these conversations, which is fun. So going back to what you do, one of your recent pieces I saw. I'm sorry, let me go back real quick to the piece that was at
California Center of Arts.
Yes, the California Center of Arts in Escondido.
It's a mouthful. So.
Yeah. Is there an acronym or like?
CCAE, something like that.
There you go, CCAE.
Yeah, there you go.
Shout out to Escondido and the heat.
Yeah.
Now, so that piece, well, can you describe it or talk about it a little bit?
Yeah. It's basically it's one of those classic postcards that says "Greetings from California."
Okay.
Crumpled it up, took a picture of it, and pretty much just painted it from there. It's about 30 by 40 inches, so it's fairly large, and it's supposed to be kind of like photorealistic. There's a term for it, but I can never pronounce it. It's like a French word.
Okay. But
it's a time period where the paintings they gave the solution of like realism, where you can almost
Oh,
You create
like 3D-ish?
It's a 2D object in a 3D space kind of thing. So,
Ooh, nice. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Why that?
Well, I think it speaks to the exhibition. It was, it's California,
Okay.
And I think a lot of people can kind of share the same sentiment because, California, a lot of people think that like, this is the place where your dreams come true. People come from other states to just like go Hollywood. Yeah, basically, yeah. And sometimes there's some frustrations involved and some ups and downs. And I was trying to, create a piece that kind of reflects that.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. And I think it's fairly simple, but I loved it. I'm from California, so it's dope to be able to see that, almost, represent it.
Yeah.
But it does, with it being crumpled up, it gives you like this, like, there's, there's some rough edges to this place, and it's been through some stuff, and especially in our current state, generally speaking, but also the country, every little place has a certain crumbleness to it.
Yeah.
But, like OG Slick and, the artists, even being part of that at that time, I feel like, you stood up to those things that allow art to kind of like crumble at times, so you put up the good fight and continue to fight, and supporting that, and which is why we're here to do that, not only, like I said, not only to encourage you, but also to hopefully inspire you and others, and mostly empower because of what you do, to always, we root you on, we tell you to keep going, because or at least for me, I feel it's important that whatever it is that you find within, that fire, and then you're able to express it somehow, keep doing it. Doesn't have to be at a museum, doesn't have to be on the street, anything, even just for yourself to be able to continue to light that fire, or fuel that fire with what you do. So,
right. Yeah.
And as we continue with, the Lemonade podcast, we take those lemons that were given to us in life, we make that lemonade being your art, whether it's what you do daily, whether it's displayed in museums, on the street. Is there any other places that you've had shows, or
Yeah, I've had shows. I've had a show, 2 shows actually, at Thumbprint Gallery. Shout out to Thumbprint.
There you go.
That's in La Jolla, and then there's also Distinction Art Gallery in Escondido.
Okay.
I had a show there, and then
there's a lot of art coming out of Escondido.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a pretty good art scene out there.
Okay.
If you guys have time to check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
But I've also had a painting, or actually there's 2 paintings right now at the San Diego Museum of Art.
Okay.
And there's like a COVID section. So right as you walk in, it's to your right. So I have 2 pieces there.
There you go.
And then in 2023, we're trying to get it for January 2023.
Okay.
I'll have a solo exhibition at San Diego Museum of Art.
There you go. Well, damn, congrats.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty excited for it.
You should be, as you should be, because you continue to do what you do. At any point in time, by chance, did you have something that really kind of like made you go into art? Not only because your history of, hey, this is where I started, went from right hand to left hand, during your stars, but is there something in particular that really speaks to you, not only that happened to you in life, like I said, that lemon, and then now that you create, you take that lemon and why you make your lemonade being your art? Is there something
that throughout my life I kind of had this like existential like kind of belief, like life has a purpose and we're supposed to live out that purpose. And I thought that finding that purpose and living out that purpose would ultimately lead to like happiness, right?
Oh, okay.
And so, I have always done art. When I was 18 years old, I got into this bad car accident. I came out fine, but my girlfriend at the time, she fractured her arm in 3 places. And so at the time, 2 feelings came out of it. There was a feeling of like fear of the unknown, and because I've never been in a car accident.
Yeah.
I've never called 911 before.
Oh, okay.
And like at the time, it was in this like foggy under construction road. Wow. And I'm like, they're like, oh, where are you at?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I had to run like a quarter mile to the next street to see out, you know, the cross section.
Yeah.
And then like when they took her away, the nurses at the hospital, they actually helped her in ways that I felt like I couldn't. And they had the knowledge, and then they had like all the attributes that I felt like I needed at the time. And so that was inspiring. And then I also felt guilt, because it was pretty much my fault. And so, you know, like I almost felt like I needed to be of service somehow.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
And so so like when I in college, I switched my major from art to nursing. Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
Art to nursing. And so I went to nursing for I switched my majors to nursing. Yes. And graduated, became a nurse, and I thought that ultimately that would lead to my happiness, because maybe that was my purpose. I thought maybe, just helping people. And I got burnt out like, every other nurse has ever,
Real quick, shout out to all the nurses going through it right now, especially during COVID, man.
Yeah, it is.
I have a couple people that, that were not, I think, just starting out their nursing program, going to school, all that stuff.
That's really rough, man.
Because you have school and going through COVID, like,
and you got to make those clinical hours, but like not the hospitals aren't letting you go through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty stressful time.
So shout out to all nurses and first responders as well.
Yeah, first responders. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and so I was like, well, maybe my life purpose was art, and so I turned back to art, and I thought that my goal was to become a full-time artist, just kind of get away from the nursing.
Yeah.
And I met an art dealer, and he was a great guy. He talked really big. He was like, I'm the number one art dealer in California.
Yeah.
I won like 14 grand in this like art contest, blah blah blah. And I was like, man, this guy like seems like ahead of himself or something.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and he actually did win that. And like one day I went to his house, and he has all of these pieces of artwork.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Like worth a lot of money. Like, I'm like, dang, there's like pretty significant like artists in there. He's got a pretty great collection.
Dope.
But anyway, I was like, oh well, I'm an artist, and he's like, oh well, let me see some of your stuff. And so
you show him the star.
Yeah, I perfected that star.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
That got me into all the shows.
There it is.
No.
Nice.
So I showed him the painting of my self-portrait with a mask, which is now in the San Diego Museum of Art.
Okay.
And he's like, if you can paint that again, like I want to commission you for 20 paintings or something like that. So I was like, cool. And so I was able to pull away from nursing to do that.
Wow. Okay.
But then I went through probably one of the worst so I became a full-time artist, and I thought that was gonna make me happy.
Yep.
And then I went through one of the worst like mental health years. But then I went to therapy, and I started seeing life in a different way.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
And so now I feel like now I have like more of a nihilist viewpoint of life, where like life doesn't really have to have a purpose, and so now I believe nothing really lasts forever. And so I think the most important thing in life is to just lead with your heart, treat people with respect, kindness, that kind of thing.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Right.
Who knows?
No, it's dope. I'm glad that you, not that you went through the mental health part,
Well, everybody goes through it,
Of course. Yeah. But you actually went ahead and did something about it. You say, hey, I'm going to reach out, because a lot of people have trouble doing that at times, Yeah.
Like a lot of stigmas and stuff.
Oh, definitely, and shoot, even here at this podcast, we're here to break that. I always talk about that. I always talk about therapy. It sucks. Not that therapy sucks, but the growing pain of that.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because now you know better, you have to do better, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta change.
And you gotta put in the work.
Definitely, and you're like, the thing is, it's never ending. It's a continuous process. So, as good as it is, sometimes it's just like, come on, man. But it's important. It's essential. I love what you said, doing things wholeheartedly. Because it's, once again, it's like what we talk about here, where anything you can find in life, anyone listening right now and watching, just like I said, everything, if you can find one thing, at least one thing in life that that really sparks something in you, you know what I mean? Like I said, fanning those flames of whatever it is that gets you through the day. Keep doing that, and do it wholeheartedly, because that may be the key to your happiness. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you found that, you had to go through some bumps and all this stuff, but your journey has been dope, and you got to really find your own purpose for that. So I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah. It was a good story. Yeah, man. I feel like I hope that someone can find, something, within that. Like I said, here to encourage, inspire, and empower. So,
yeah, because I'm sure there's people out there that have gone through the exact same thing and need someone to talk to, or need some sort of inspiration.
Definitely, or if you're going through it right now, like, if we are, a testament to that, like we went through some shit. Yeah. These lemons were handed to us, and we did something about it. But whatever it is that you can, and don't be afraid to reach out to anyone, really, any point in time, But always keep digging that, because I feel it's important. It's important for the world, yes, but mostly for you, because without the person, there is no art, there is no inspiration or encouragement, none of that, which we hope to do here.
Yeah, and I think that like the pain that people go through, I don't think it necessarily makes your art better, but I do think that it makes you a little more empathetic. Mm-hmm. And so you can evoke more emotion and more feeling to your art. Yeah. And so I think it helps. Yeah. And it's a great outlet for people that have some sort of feeling. Gotcha. to kind of to show to the world,
Yeah. And no, it's definitely
inspire other people.
Yeah, it's definitely, just taking that, like I said, that lemon, flipping it, and then making that lemonade. Yeah. And sometimes a little bitter, but you'll find your way. Yeah. You did. And then you continue to do so, because you continue to explore. And I think that's also the fun part about it. It's like you continue to explore. Once you found something, it's like, well, what more can I do? Where else can I, continue to maybe even like raise my own level and stuff like that. Yeah. And don't be too, hard on yourself. And I say this, because I'm the toughest on myself when it comes to, making those changes. But not only that, give myself credit. Give yourself grace, give yourself credit. Like, you've been through so much. There's work that needs to be done. But as long as you're doing it, continue working it. It's not an overnight thing, But as long as you continue to work on yourself, to get you to that next level, then, that's the best thing out in life and stuff. So
just keep moving forward.
Definitely.
Slow motion better than no motion.
Yeah, there you go. Slow motion better than no motion. Yeah, the ice mat. You can hear it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. ASMR right there.
Yeah. Is there something in particular that you tap into, or with your pieces, or is it just like each piece has its own place, its own space?
Yeah, I try to get into the headspace of, like, if I'm doing a portrait, like the headspace of the person I'm painting, in order to kind of paint better.
Nice.
And like, for example, the California piece, I kind of like, driving around San Diego, even, like, you see, like, the homeless, or you see, or houseless, I should say.
Excuse me.
Or you see, like, just like people going through it, and I try to think of all of that and just put that frustration into this piece of paper. And this postcard, crumple it up, and hopefully that kind of shows.
Oh, I see.
Maybe makes it a little more real.
It almost like it gives it life. This piece of paper just gives it life. More and more. I don't know, context behind it. How do you feel that what you've been doing, one, impacts other people, and yourself?
I mean, for me, it's a great outlet, but I love getting, like, messages on like IG or something. Mm-hmm. Like, they'll see my painting at the museum, and they'll say, like, you made me really emotional, like, this really, like, inspired me, or they say these, like, really great things about it, and it's inspiring to me. It makes me thankful that there are people out there that are enjoying my art, and it makes like, or just evokes some sort of emotion from them. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So do we have a question for him? Because I have one, but I'm still having to like figure out how to word it. But if you don't, I got it. All right, great. So
Q&A?
yeah. This is the segment everybody should know by now at this point. We asked this wacky question. So the question is, if you could take one movie that you've seen, maybe your favorite, and erase it and watch it all over again to have that same like maybe emotional and stuff, reaction to the film, what would it be?
Damn, that one's hard. I mean, I can tell you a recent, because I watch movies like crazy.
Okay.
I can tell you a recent one that I wish I could watch again without
no memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's this movie called Blue Bayou. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's on HBO streaming right now.
No.
But it's about this Asian man that was adopted at a young age and was sent to America, and then they didn't do the papers right, and so he technically wasn't a citizen, and so he's just as an adult he's just out trying to make it. He's a tattoo artist, and he gets arrested for just conflict with this policeman, and they find out he doesn't have papers, and he lived in America his whole life, and they're deporting him. And he has a wife and a kid.
Wow, whole family.
And has a kid on the way.
Oh.
And so, dude, it's so emotional, man.
Yeah.
So,
what's so crazy? Is it based on a real true story?
That's actually happening to a lot of people.
Yes, because I heard on a podcast. I think it was like NPR. Like that. Yeah, they talked about it. Here, it just happened here at the border. With someone who same ordeal. They got adopted when they were like newborn. They didn't file the paperwork correctly, and then one day it was just like, hey, you have to go back. Where am I going back to? I've been here my whole life.
You don't know anything.
And the person has children, a wife, like a whole thing. So he's like, I barely speak Spanish. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Yeah, man, it's wild. So do your paperwork right, people. Yeah, man. Come on, man. No, but but anyhow, Carlo, thank you for your time, for your energy, for your story, for sharing all that with us. It's a pleasure and honor to have you. We hope that you continue to make, continue to make the lemonade. And if at any point in time any lemons are continue to be given to you, that you keep cutting them up and continue to make your art, brother. Yeah. So we toast to you. Thank you again. And I will catch you on the next one.
Cool.
Yes, sir. How was it?
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
How was it?
No, it was good. I was a little off today, I feel.
Oh, really? I feel like you're fine.
Yeah.
I felt like I was like, am I like talking too much or rambling?
No, I mean, that's the point.
Yeah.
Because that's fine. I could just be like nothing, just a random voice. We do it over Zoom. But I like this. No, it was dope.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was trying to I didn't know. I wanted to plug you in and say like, oh, so like.
Yeah, bro. Well, thanks again for being here. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. Dude, my bad. I was tapping the hell out of the table, dude. Every time I put my hand, dude, I felt like it hit in the thing.
They'll have to.